Welcome back to live Premier League coverage. This is the 2018 Basketball SA Premier League powered by Space Quake Sports, and tonight we have a massive matchup between the Woodville Warriors and South Adelaide Panthers. This is the men's game. Of course, earlier we had the women's match, but this is the men's. And we have the fourth place Woodville Warriors. They've gone 1-1 over their past two, face South Adelaide, sitting sixth, also 1-1 after these first two matches. Kieran, what do we think of this game?
I think it's going to be another cracker. I mean, the first one obviously didn't finish up as well as we'd liked, but I think between these two teams, we have Ian Davis, who's got that noticeable swagger. I love it. I'm pretty sure, Ben, you love it too. But we also have the imports from America, Everett Osborne and Jonathan Perry from Woodville, so they're obviously going to put up quite the fight as well.
Yeah, well, they're putting up points, they're putting up assists, rebounds. Jonathan Perry and Everett Osborne have been great so far this year, and of course we can't look past the reigning World Cup medalist Ian Davis, as he said, but he has great partners in Ivory Young and Dylan Shawn this year, who's been really good moving over from Eastern. So we've got a huge matchup on show tonight at Woodville Sports Centre. It's going to be a big one. I guess, any thoughts?
I mean, after last week's games between, as my microphone goes a little bit haywire, sorry. Yeah, well, last week, I mean, the Panthers got up over their Mavericks 89-83. I mean, obviously, cracker game. Young dropping 31 alone. I'm going to just hold this one, obviously. 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, which is obviously unreal, Davis. Well, Ian Davis, just 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists. He might not be hitting it from the field, but he's just killing it on other aspects of the court.
Of course, and JP put up 31 for Woodville in their win against Centrals. They won 94-75. We're going to be having this game live in just a second. This is the 2018 Basketball Premier League. We'll be back soon, powered by Space Quake Sports. Stay here. Welcome back. This is live coverage of the 2018 Basketball SA Premier League, powered by Space Quake Sports. We've got the Woodville Warriors in Woodville Sports Centre. They're home away from home, facing the South Adelaide Panthers. We're in for a wonderful match of basketball, and here with me, Benito Carboni, is Kieran Vartuli.
How are you, Ben? You good?
I'm good. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm definitely excited. You know how much I love this league and everything in it.
Yeah, well, the league is putting out a good product, and it's great to see it displayed not just to the people who rock up to the matches, but to everyone else as well.
Yeah, we're definitely developing as a league, both with fan-wise and internationally, like with the imports coming down. It's always a great sign. We are just awaiting the national anthem.
Of course. We're getting some nice commentary from the announcer about what's happening with the anthem. It's not playing, that's one thing.
We don't have a flag either, but the anthem has now started.
It's okay though. We're not America. We don't need we don't have the patriotism that they do, and it's probably a good thing in some points. But as we see the players lined up on each side, there's just some that stand out, aren't there? You've got Adam Miller, the captain of Woodville, back, of course, looking a strong member of that Warriors side.
He was big last season, but I don't know how, but he's somehow gotten even bigger.
Yeah,
his arms are the size of my head.
Of course, he's as experienced as anyone in this league, 33 years old now, plays as a forward, and anyone who's watched the league would know that. It's quite a spectacle to watch this Warriors side play. As we've seen in the first two matches, of course, they went to Starplex and pulled apart the Centrals, professionally picked them apart to win 94-75. And then in the first round, they did lose. It wasn't it didn't quite come together for them, but from what we saw at Starplex, is that more the side that we're going to see tonight?
I really hope so. I mean, as we know, we have Ian Davis, and Ivory Young, who we know they're capable of balling out and balling out quite fast. Ian Davis, he balled out last week against North Adelaide. Sorry, the week before against North Adelaide, despite having an offensive matchup of Starling and Atem.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to see him.
Well, of course, South Adelaide is not just Ian Davis. Even though he won the Wollacott medal last year, and we highlighted him as the key to South Adelaide, if they're going to make finals this season, it's going to be a dogfight for every side to get into that top 5. But of course, we saw Ivory Young blow up last 2 weeks ago with 31 points. He was really good against the Eastern Mavericks in a tough match that they only just got out of, 89-83. Of course, the Panthers did only score 9 points in the final quarter of that game, perhaps for other reasons apart from their quality, but it is a bit of a concern, isn't it?
I mean, it's good that they held off for the win. Yeah, like you said, they got outscored 9-17 in that final term against Mavericks, but they held on and they got those points. That's all that matters, really. But it's definitely a concern. They definitely need to sort that one out, especially with a team like Woodville who can run away.
Yeah,
and turn it on real quickly.
Absolutely, and they've got height too. They've got so much height.
Oh, they do. They're very big.
And a lot of youngsters as well. Jared Hoppo, he's one to watch tonight. Of course, sporting the long blonde hair. He's only 17 years old, stands 204 centimetres tall. Really exploded onto the scene when he debuted last year. He was brilliant for South Adelaide, and he played a role throughout the rest of the season as we see the teams assemble into their final huddles.
You lost me at 204 centimetres. That's massive.
Yeah, it's huge. But there's a few others who stand similarly tall.
They do.
Of course, Jeremy Reid stands at 203 centimetres. Caleb Davis, he's not here tonight, but the 36ers development player, he stands at 203 centimetres as well. So
they're not short of height.
They've got height.
This South Adelaide team.
Jack Williams also standing at 2 metres. And Dylan Shawn, 197. He's been good so far this season.
Really big guy, yeah, he really has.
He's moved around clubs a bit. Of course, he played at West Adelaide 2 seasons ago and then moved to the Eastern Mavericks where he had limited success, a bit more than he had at West Adelaide, but obviously couldn't stick there. And he's moved to South Adelaide now, and he's really played a role. He's dropped 35 points in 2 matches, and that's really what he needed to cement a spot in a starting 5, but also what South Adelaide needed in complementary scorers for Ian Davis.
It looks like he's really finding his feet, so that's what you need the most as the clock runs under 10 seconds to start. But yeah, it's good that he found his feet, he's finding a role in the spot. Yeah, you need a secondary or a third scorer behind Davis, he's got that swagger about him that not everybody loves. I definitely do.
Oh, absolutely. Davis is one to watch tonight if you're tuning into the Premier League for the first time.
Yeah, as definitely Davis one to watch. Everett Osborne as well from the Woodville Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 25.
Of course, shares a birthday with me.
He does. Oh, he does share a birthday with you.
And
another birthday fun fact if everyone.
Yeah, well, anyone tuning into the women's match, there were a few birthdays in that one, and it was fun.
It was fun, but not quite my birthday.
The match is about to tip off. Here's James Grigol umpiring his second match of the night. He umpired the women's match too.
That doesn't happen very often, does it?
And Dylan Shawn, Everett Osborne to tip. And just about contested there, but JP will get the ball. And Woodville will kick things off at Woodville Sports Centre. This is the Woodville Warriors versus the South Adelaide Panthers.
Just for the record, everybody at home, sorry Ben, cut you off. Jonathan Perry is JP. If it's ever referred to as JP, we're talking about Jonathan Perry.
Of course.
Continue.
I was just going to say with you tonight is me, Benito Carboni, and my co-host Kieran Vartali to bring you everything tonight.
Hopefully we can keep you entertained throughout the night and keep you intrigued.
Maybe,
see you next
maybe
time.
not. Here's JP. He gets fouled. And Ian Davis.
Not happy.
Everyone's pumped up tonight. Davis was
good.
just upset because he got the steal, but he got the foul call just before it. So, no.
Hey, doesn't matter. Whistle's gone.
Of course, the Woodville Warriors, coached by Scott Whitmore, he's been around the league for as long as the league's been around, just about. He's quite the player and a club legend for Woodville Warriors. Of course, a Hall of Fame member.
Yes.
In the 300 game club.
Yes, I did find that out today. Yes, he's hit the 300 BSA games. You had a nice chat with him during the week, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it was good. I talked to him about the new stadium and the developments happening in St Clair. Of course, as we see Dylan Shawn miss that shot, of course, they're not in St Clair tonight. Their home is Wayville this season. They're home of also of the Forestville Eagles. They're going to have to share because St Clair is no more. They're building a new stadium on top of it. It'll be a 6-court spectacle 1,000 seats in the main court. It's going to be a great place to watch basketball, to be honest, and a great thing for South Australian basketball.
Especially down the west. I remember reading in the feature this week in Hang Time magazine, make sure you get a copy of that one, that there's not many courts down the west. So this new what you call it, a spectacle, 6-court spectacle, will be a great development, and great part of the western suburbs of South Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Dylan Shawn, great fake, but blocked even better by Alex Majorana. He's been really good this season. Heavy contact. That is Daniel McKee cannoning into Benjamin Regesta, the captain of the South Adelaide Panthers. It'll be a South ball.
I like the tempo so far. Very physical.
Yeah, well, it's seen plenty of bumps so far. And it's only been a minute and a half, to be honest. No one's hit the scoreboard yet, though.
That doesn't matter. I'm happy to see a close contest.
Don't exactly want it to be 10-all at the end of the game, though. As
I don't know.
We see a missed shot
there.
Means
it'll go to overtime.
Yeah, exactly. That's a missed shot from Jordan Robertson, of course, sporting the bold hair and long beard. I rate the look. And here's Everett Osborne finding space. Doesn't find enough, though. Oh. And his pass, a bit soft and intercepted by Ian Davis. He's going to drive here, but loses the ball. JP got a hand in there, and it's going to be South ball on their end of the court, looking to open the scoring. We've gone 2 minutes without a score. Davis brings the ball in. That is easy too.
Easy bucket.
Jordan Robertson gets the South Adelaide Panthers on the board here at Woodville Sports Centre.
We have Woodville playing at mid-court. Sorry, the halfway line, sorry. They're looking around. They're finding a pass onto Everett Osborne, sorry. He's looking about it. Dishes it off to JP. The ball movement is excellent right now, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I'm getting my words jumbled up. Yeah, no, it's good to see. They're running out of shot clock time, though.
It's a shot from Meldrum. Hits
Can't get
the
it to
rim. Falls out. Of course, Meldrum, quite the young player, 16 years old, starting for Woodville Warriors.
16 years old.
And that's a great 2 there.
That's incredible.
It is quite.
16, I don't even know what I was doing. I was still in high school.
Daniel McKee can't get the shot to go, but Majorana cleans up.
They answer right back. The score is 4-2.
You'll see a lot of Majorana cleaning up in the key during this match. Definitely commands things in that area.
It's in his domain, really.
Dylan Shawn pops it over him, though.
Very beautiful spin there.
Yeah, it'll be a good battle tonight.
Oh, that will. Oh, off his toe. It's all good.
And, of course, Osborne gets it to Meldrum, 16-year-old, as we just mentioned. And it's stolen. That's Jordan Robertson to Davis. And Ivory Young controls, gets the shot away under pressure from JP, and it falls off the backboard and in. That is delicious from Ivory Young.
Well, South Adelaide have pushed that to a quick 8-2 run. There's a travel there called on Everett Osborne, as the shot doesn't fall anyway. South Adelaide ball from the sideline.
Very keen on looking there from the referee. Quick to call that travel.
He called that one very fast.
Absolutely. As South look to inbound the ball. They're up 8-2 so far. 6-point margin in a low-scoring first 4 minutes of the game. And Ivory Young here looks for the long 2, doesn't shoot it, gives it to Ian Davis. He's going to shoot the 3, and it's going in. And it's called for the foul.
He's loving life.
The and 1 from the 3 ball. That is brilliant from Ian Davis. That is why he won the Wollacott medal last year. That is why he's known as one of the best, if not the best basketballer in the 2018 Premier League season. And he's going to go to the line here.
That's just a little bit of a taste, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of a taste. It's just like the hand is just in the cookie jar. But it's only been a few minutes in the first quarter, not even the first half. And we've got a bit of a game on our hands as officials stop the game. To tie a shoelace. It's one of the odd stoppages of the contest. You never see that.
Well, you hit a 3. You have to tie a shoelace before you hit that one.
I mean, it could be a ritual. It could be a ritual.
Perhaps.
As it potentially finishes 4-point play. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. Great scenes there.
That's great stuff from Ian Davis. He puts them up by 10 points. And that's a great pass inside. On the field now is Brody Nathan. Kicks out to McKee. McKee to Everett Osborne for the long 2.
Can't get that one to fall.
And Ivory Young is going to run onto this. He's going to drive. And can't find space. Looks to get it back out to Ian Davis. Can't find him. But ball falls to Robertson. And now Shawn inside. Gets the shots away. But he is fouled before he put the shot up. And it's going to be a South ball.
From the baseline, I believe, yeah?
Absolutely.
Oh, and they've caught a timeout. Both coaches want to look like they want to talk it over. early. Obviously, Scott Whitmore wouldn't be happy with being down 10 points this early.
Well, great start. Great start from South Adelaide. Really looking to show intent. They did. I mean, both their matches have been shootouts so far this season. Of course, they lost to North Adelaide earlier in the year, but that was an incredible match. Like they put up 88 points. They lost 106 to 88. Of course, Alex Darling and Atem Atem were quite incredible for North Adelaide in that opening match. And then they went back to their home in Marion and put up 89 again against the Mavericks. But this time it was good enough. Mavericks only put up 83. And, of course, led by Ivory Young, Jordan Robertson, 15 points, 16 rebounds. And it was a good return to form for our green side.
Yeah, I mean, after you come off a loss, you want to have a good comeback game, try and get, bounce back again and try and get on that right track again. I mean, and that's exactly what they did, sorry. I mean, well, they're still on that track. They're up by 10 points early.
Oh, absolutely.
At this present time, we can't really see anything special coming out of Woodville, unfortunately.
Yeah, well,
despite their last games.
We don't see any subs from the initial, or from the 5 that was just on the court.
No,
of course, Brody Nathan has entered the field for Riley Meldrum. And Ian Davis slams the ball in to Sean. Sean tries the floater from close range. Doesn't get it to fall, but it was a good idea. McKee driving fast, and that is going to roll in.
It rattles around the rim there. Very good finish there, despite the contest. Ivory Young looking. That's a risky pass, but that pays off very well.
Yeah, it pays off well. It's Benjamin Regesta there.
Yeah.
And now Ian Davis to Benjamin Regesta. Regesta for the 3, doesn't fall, and JP is going to look to drive here. Jonathan Perry shows poise, but just can't get the shot to fall. Just a bit too heavy. But they've done well, and it's going to be a Woodville ball on their court.
After a fumble by South Adelaide, but any second possession is a good second possession.
Yeah, well, exactly. They did enough, let's just say.
Yeah, they did enough, yeah.
They did enough. And the ball's going to come in here. Daniel McKee to inbound. Everett Osborne looking for space. Here's Brody Nathan. Of course, Brody Nathan's pretty young as well. Just 18 years old.
Gets off the glass, can't get it to go. Davis pushing the ball up the court real fast. Out to his partner, Ivory Young. Looks like they're resetting. It's a very good decision. Oh, South Adelaide ball still.
Well cut out there by Jonathan Perry. That was a dagger of a pass.
That was a beautiful. That was straight through the.
We'll go back to Brody Nathan. He's just 18 years old, of course. Did move from Centrals last year. Was Centrals player, and I think Scott Whitmore just liked what he saw and got him to Woodville as soon as he could. So
we've got to remember that Scott Whitmore was ex-Centrals as well, so he would have seen the young fella develop.
Well, exactly.
And saw what he liked, saw a bit of potential when he was younger.
Yeah, precisely.
It's always a good move.
Of course.
Keep the eyes on the young ones.
And I mean, he's not just making up the numbers either. He played the most minutes in their match last week against his old side Centrals, the Lions. So he's there for a reason.
It's always and it's always a good game to put up big minutes in a big game against your former club as well. So it's good to see him getting some minutes weekly and making the most of it, really.
Absolutely.
Ooh, unlucky.
And
he grabs the rebound, resets out to Jonathan Perry. They're looking for the pass. It's a very good finding there.
The movement looks good so far.
Yeah.
Here we see James Peters for his first minutes of the night.
Ooh.
And Brody Nathan
fakes. Step back.
And
can't get it to fall though.
I think everyone wanted that to fall.
That was a very good play there. Very, very good. Nice ball movement. Good. It was a good find of a shot as well. It was very good to.
Well, he's showing why he got minutes.
Yeah, exactly right.
And it's going to be a Woodville ball. The foul is called.
A bit of. Doesn't agree on the foul call, but it's all good. He takes off the court.
Jared Hoppo enters the field. Of course, he's one to watch this season. And JP. Gets the ball to go. And that's his first points of the night. James Peters gets a steal, pushes up to Brody Nathan. He looks to counter fast. And Majorana just barrels through everyone, but can't get the shot to fall. And that's great press.
They've got a foul.
But Daniel McKee's given away the foul there. Won't be too happy with the call.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risky foul as he checks out of the game. Doesn't think we'd be really happy with that one, but it is what it is.
Absolutely. Of course.
South Adelaide bring the ball back in again. They're really just holding it up, pushing in. Very good sign. Oh, look at that ball. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. He's just great, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he just shows so much flair.
Oh, I love it.
It's almost unnecessary at times, but it makes a spectacle of a match.
It makes me go, ooh, and ah, that's for sure.
And that's great play. That's Adam Brown there. It was his birthday last Monday, actually, just so you know. The 19-year-old, of course.
I'm pretty sure Ian Davis is also known as Ric Flair.
Oh, that's his Instagram handle. So
yeah, there's a bit of a nickname there.
Well, of course, Ric Flair is the famous WWE wrestler. So
if you don't know who Ric Flair is and why he's famous, you should get onto that one. So you can see the similarities as he puts it through the legs. Sorry.
But James Peters called for the foul, and we'll go to the line for 2. That's Jack Williams who had the foul called for him, and yeah, well, South looking to extend their lead. They've only scored 2 points in the past 4 minutes of the match, so we'll see what Jack Williams can do from the line. Of course, stands at 200 centimetres tall.
Can't get that first one to drop.
But, I mean, around players like Jared Hopper and Dylan Shawn, he doesn't really look that tall, does he?
No, but when your majority of your team is huge, you can't really do much about how big you look, mate.
Exactly.
Gets that first one to drop, nothing but net. As we'll bring the ball back up again. They're really pushing. They've come out of that timeout and they've pushed for a bit. I don't know they've only scored 4 points, but it looks like they're more of a tempo, upbeat side.
James Peters with the shot from the baseline, and he gets it to fall.
Finds the bottom of the net there for 2. Make that 6 points. Oh, no, 7.
Yeah, well, great effort there from James Peters. Of course, you would have saw him feature in the promotional videos for this live streaming event. This is the first match that Space Quake Sports has live streamed for us at the Premier League. As you see, Dylan Shawn grab the offensive rebound, fire hard for it, doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. That's great play by Dylan Shawn. It wasn't the great first shot, but his strength to get the offensive rebound there.
Oh, second to none. Obviously, grab the board, gets the foul.
Second to none.
Second to none.
No one.
Nobody
does it better than Dylan Shawn, according to my partner in crime here. But as we were saying, we've been given such a privilege by Space Quake Sports to have this event, and of course we'll bring it to all of you, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's the first free throw, it doesn't fall.
You guys, just hopefully.
Hopefully, I'm sure you guys will.
Yeah, you are.
Everyone
Keep the comments going.
Yeah, we'll try and get to them if we get a chance.
Yes, we'll try.
But
it will not look like that at this point.
Shawn gets the seconds.
South Adelaide pushed that one out to a 6-point margin with just over 2.5 remaining in the first term.
Here's Boonstopple in his first minutes of the Knights. He drives, almost took the shot, but knew there was no option there. He had 2 players contesting it. JP with the no-look pass to Brody Nathan. The jump shot from the elbow doesn't fall. And now Ian Davis looked to break.
Oh,
classic spin move, Ian Davis. That is why he is the reigning Wollacott medalist. That is just
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm fanning myself right now.
That's to be honest. And this is only the first quarter.
I'm so excited.
And Adam Miller, the captain for Woodville, first minutes of the game, tries to push inside, but he's called for the charge.
He's got his hands up.
Jack Williams is pumped up. The South Adelaide side's pumped up. They lead by 8 with just a minute and some change. A lot of change, actually. 1:54 seconds left in this term.
Adam Miller not really sold on that one there, but as we take another look at that finish by Ian Davis, that spin was just beautiful.
Well, it's almost iconic, of course. Well played there by Jared Hopper. He'll go to the line for 2. A few trips to the line early for South Adelaide.
He's very long, Hopper, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. For a guy his age as well. We did a feature on him for Hang Time last season.
We did.
Just after he burst onto the scene. He's quite the character, and it would be great if he sticks around the Premier League for years to come. But he might be better than that, to be honest.
Even if he doesn't, I mean, I'd be happy to see him leave for the next step is the C-ball and the QBL.
Well, college first.
Or college as well.
If he can get a foothold in that, like so many Premier League players have done in the past. Think Isaac White playing his trade there now.
He's still in America, I believe.
Yeah,
well. Stanford.
Yeah, absolutely. Stanford, that is the team he plays for. Perry with the drive.
Can't get that one to go.
Hoppo stands tall above everyone else. Ian Davis with the emphatic hold of the ball. And he pushes the ball out.
It's like
and he gets the ball back from the 3-point line. He is everywhere at the moment, dishing the ball. But it doesn't fall for Adam Brown, and Woodville are going to break. Here's James Peters. Peters on the baseline. Tries to find space, but there is none. We get the foul called That'll be on Jack Williams.
Peters going on the line for 2.
Williams has been everywhere lately. Oh,
He
in this opening quarter.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see. Well, they're only down 8 points. We're in the bonus with 1:12 to go. I mean, if I were Woodville, I'd be driving to the hoop every time, trying to draw as many fouls as possible, because they're going to go to the line. Well, they're only down 8 points. There's 4 trips.
Well, yeah, Peters has shown a lot, as he misses the first. Might have.
Okay, it's early.
Yeah, might have ruined that for him. But yeah, no. Woodville definitely not out of this one.
Yeah,
So of course it's only the first quarter, but Peters sinks the second as the ball pushes up the court.
Very slowly.
This is Elijah Minia-Kopinski on the field for his first minutes of the night. Try saying that one, Kieran.
Which one, sorry? Minia Kopinski. I've already studied that one, so if I have to call that one, I'll be A-OK. Hoppo puts it off the glass for 2. Pushes that back out to 8-point lead, sorry. No, 9, sorry. The scoreboard has just ticked over to 9. Woodville holding up at midcourt. Burnstubble pushes it in. So they're looking for a pass around. They take a crack at it. And that's a big 3 by Peters. They needed that. They definitely needed that.
Absolutely. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. Game clock and shot clock almost identical here. Perhaps they are. I don't know why the shot clock is still ticking away, but it is. Ivory Young holding possession. He's going to run ISO here.
Oh.
And he goes for the 3.
That's a deep
Had
3.
so much space, but he doesn't get to fall. Only 2 seconds left. Joey P's going to get the shot up.
Puts it up.
In time.
Oh, so close.
Rattles away. And that is a great first quarter for South Adelaide. They lead 20-14. Strong efforts from Ian Davis, Ivory Young, and Dylan Shawn again, as we've seen in the past. But for Woodville, Scott Whitmore will be looking for more from his starters.
They finished strong. I mean, after being the first time out, only scoring 1 basket and landing on 2 points, they've definitely come out. I mean, it's probably a 12-point turnaround, but they've come out strong, and that's what they've needed to see.
Well, absolutely. The 24-year-old James Peters really stood up in that last 2 minutes, getting 6 points.
He hasn't he?
In those final segments of the term.
It's good to see the role players coming up, checking in. And
yeah, well, they need that. I talked to Scott Whitmore after the first match, which they lost to Norwood.
Yes.
And he was really highlighting the need for his bench players to really get into the game. Of course, Brody Nathan's done that over these first few matches, but he was really looking for more from players like Burnstopple, Peters, and perhaps others as well. Majorana wasn't amazing in those opening matches, but he really responded well last week. That was Jack Majorana, by the way. Alex, of course, starts these matches, and he's been great as well.
Yeah, no, he's played very well. It was the reason why he's starting, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It would be nice to have brothers on a court together, like training, practicing. You develop obviously chemistry that goes beyond the court at home, but then they would bring that chemistry to the court and share around with other teams. The rest of the players on the team, sorry. As
we see Scott Whitmore imploring to his squad to do better. I wonder what else he's saying. Probably not too much. I think he just pointed to the scoreboard. So it
says actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, well, perhaps. I mean,
it could have been anything.
It could have been anything. Of course, these two last played in round 12 last season.
They did.
And we saw Ian Davis have a night of it. He went 34 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists. And Luke Stanbridge, the former Woodville player turned Norwood Flames star, put up 26 for Woodville in the loss. The Panthers did win 76-65, and they were the only two players in double figures in that match, I believe.
Yeah, sorry. No, at that point, Jamal Reid was having 10 points, 4 assists and 6, and he actually picked 6 pockets, so he got 6 steals there. But yeah, aside from that, Ian Davis had a cracker of a night with a double-double.
And he's on the way to doing that again here in Woodville Sports Centre. This is Woodville's home away from home, as we start the second quarter with you. Elijah Minia-Kopinski to bring the ball in for the second term. And just going back to that game, Luke Stanbridge, he was such a great player for Woodville last year, but they've turned a new leaf and they've turned it without him. He's gone to Norwood.
Well, Woodville have done very well to reply. I mean, obviously, when he wins your club MVP, I believe, it's a big player. That's your big player that you've lost. And they've done a very well. They've done a very good job at replacing him and sharing the scoring around, sharing other players around. bringing these 2 new imports in for one.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's a different lineup compared to last year as well.
well, Ivory Young just hit his first. Alex Majorana and Jack Majorana have been huge in filling that void left by Stanbridge, who played as a 4-5 as well. So
Yep.
those two brothers also play the same position. As we see Jack Majorana grab the rebound. It's good for them. They've been around the team for a while. They've deserved their shot. And although the loss of Stanbridge is a massive one for Scott Whitmore's side, it hurts less when you've got brothers like that to fill the void.
Yeah, exactly. When you're able to fill the void with two, not even just one player, with 2 players, that's always a good sign, and you can always interchange them as well as when you need them. But yeah, losing Bridge, as he's known in the club around the club as Bridge, it's a big void.
And that is a 3-point shot from Elijah Munir-Kopinski. He doesn't get it to fall though. As Woodville look to bridge the gap, Luke Stanbridge, but he's not playing. As Everett Osborne didn't do too much first quarter, but he'll look to rebound. He'll look to bounce back here. Here's Jack Majorana. He tries to get the pass in, but it doesn't quite work out. And they're going to break here, South Adelaide.
They're doing a very good job at moving in transition, South Adelaide, which is a good sign.
Absolutely. Shot doesn't fall there though from Thomas Hall, but pass out. They're going to have another shot. This is Jared Hopper.
Oh,
The big man, 204 centimeters tall, but that does not mean you can't hit a 3.
for a big man, it looks like he can shoot that 3 very confidently, and that's what you need.
Absolutely.
that.
That was, I mean, being a stretch 5, that's huge
very
for
rare.
South Adelaide, and it's huge for his potential future career as well.
Yeah, no, it's good. He's so young too. He's so young. He's so big. I mean, surely he'll be still growing. Surely.
And he will fill out as well, you'd
He
imagine.
will also fill out as well. Yes, you can see that he's a bit thin,
Hoppo, fight,
as they've called it South Adelaide ball.
yeah, Hoppo fighting hard there to get the
Yeah,
possession.
and another good aspect of his game. Fighting hard, earning rebounds, earning points, earning everything. Earning extra plays as the official and Hopper actually wipe up a bit of sweat off the floor.
Probably the first time we've seen the floor wipers tonight.
That actually is, and they were the officials,
of course.
which is odd. Usually you see the floor wipers everywhere.
The women's match was quite free-flowing. It was a good game to watch,
It was
despite
very good
the
to watch.
disparity in the scoreline.
That's a travel, yep. Good call there by the officials. Substitutions back in again. Ian Davis checks back into the game.
After a quick rest.
Yeah, quick breather is not good. It's all good. Also, McKee's back in the game as well for Woodville as he brings the ball up. Looking around. Up against Young. He's got his talent. Passes it out to Osborne, sorry. Mariana, McKee. Oh, picked off. Foul. On sports, but like on...
Ian Davis not happy, but of course it is what it is. And I hope they don't call it unsportsmanlike there, because They did?
Yeah, they definitely did.
They did?
They did. I think it was on Mariana. I think.
It was... Yeah, perhaps.
I think it was him.
I honestly thought that was almost a foul on Majorana, but...
He could have said something as when they called the foul. That's probably what it...
Yeah, perhaps.
Davis will shoot them all day, let's be real.
It's 2 shots for...
No, 1.
2 shots for Ian
Oh,
Davis.
2.
So...
And possession. Good opportunity to push that lead out. They're already at 12.
3 points. Ian Davis will be smiling at that every day of the week.
Another opportunity here for Davis and the rest of the Panthers to get up another bucket. Officials clarifying the rules. It's good.
Of course, Ivory Young holds the ball. Oh, we gave it back to Ian Davis. I was about to talk about Ivory Young. Of course, he came from the Utah Valley Wolverines out of college. He is only 23 years old. He finished college last year. He's just called for the travel.
He's wondering why there's a travel.
But does get called a lot in Australia, perhaps.
It does.
Perhaps a lot more than America.
It does. They call it a lot. And I've noticed over the last 3 years that I've been around, a lot of the imports are confused why they get called for a travel. But they also play under FIBA rules here.
Well, exactly. But I guess it's the spectators. I guess it's the huge question. Do you want a strict? That's beautiful from Ian Davis.
Sorry, I got my excitement.
No, that's strong play by Jack Williams, but he's called for the travel. But as you were saying, do you want the strict interpretation of the travel rules, or do we want to see what we see in leagues like the NBA, where there are travels pretty often, but they don't get called, perhaps to make the game flow a bit more nicely. But the rules are the rules, so it's tough. It's a tough one.
It's a fine line because you obviously want to attract as many imports as you can who play. I mean, a lot of them play American rules, but we play under FIBA, and that's the end of the day, as Peters has a bit of a handle.
Yeah, exactly.
And throws it out of bounds. Nice few seconds there. But it's a fine line, and that's where a lot of the imports have to be clarified with what they got, with what they have.
That was wonderful from Ian Davis. He saw that Woodville was slowly running back, and he just weaved his way through. He's a smart player.
I've just contained my excitement for this one.
Well, exactly. He shows so much flair, but he's actually got a basketball brain behind that.
Oh, he does.
It's what makes him so great to watch.
Oh, I could watch him all day, every day. Let's be serious. He's just a great player all round.
Great pass out. Ari Young doesn't take the long three this time, but he'll go back to Ian Davis. He's moving around the court. Dylan Shawn looks... Wonderful effort there. Made the space, perhaps almost blocked there by Jack Marana, but the foul is called and he'll go to the line for 2. Of course, sporting the 2 full sleeves. One of the only players in the league with 2 sleeves.
Yeah, I don't see that much around the league. Did you see many tattoos? Like, yeah, full sleeves.
A lot of young players in the Premier League, to be fair.
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah, exactly. But give them time, they may get their tats.
Absolutely. It's definitely not a culture of sleeve tattoos.
Not in this league, no.
Not in this league.
No. Compared to the NBA, where you have every second player, every first player, every player,
exactly.
nearly every player.
I mean, they don't get paid as much as these
obviously
multi-millionaire NBA players, but it's still a spectacle here.
Tattoos or not, it's still
tattoos or not, absolutely. Marana looking to push forward. Everett Osborne has the open 3, just rattles out. It wasn't far off, and it's going to be a Woodville ball. Good fight there, shown by James Peters to win possession back.
Sorry, fourth foul for Woodville. First on for South Adelaide.
So with 6 minutes left, if Woodville do foul again, they will go to the line.
I was jumping the gun.
But South Adelaide only conceded that 1 foul. That was their first foul of the quarter. Majorana finds space.
Very nice finish there.
Deft touch by Jack Majorana. And Ivy Young looking good. The awareness there.
Bit of flex.
To grab the rebound, pluck it out of the mess that was the bottom of that key, and put the 2 in.
Didn't particularly think about the foul. Oh.
And that is a block.
Woodville ball.
Woodville ball. But Jordan Robertson, great block there on the captain, Adam Miller. Not a guy you want to mess with, Miller, but that's a wonderful block.
Yeah, no, he's on the list of people to mess with. He's definitely last. Also, that list is very...
JP, looking for his first 3 of the match. Doesn't fall.
JP's just struggled to get it to go tonight, hasn't he?
Well, pretty much all of the Woodville players have.
True.
5 minutes remaining in the term, and Woodville have only scored 16 points. Far below their average scoring output so far this season, even despite that quiet game that they did have in the first round.
Yep.
Of course, last week they did put up 94, so...
South Adelaide doing
Dylan Shawn's going to have the open 3. Bounces off the ring, and Daniel McKee is going to break. Gives it to Osborne. Osborne's going to drive. Smart move. Gets called for the foul. That is on Ivory Young, and Everett will go to the line for 2. Of course, he's done a bit of promotion work in the past, hasn't he?
He has. The word around the league is he's in a commercial. So.
He's in a few Nike commercials.
Yes. Not alone in those commercials. I mean, who is in there, Ben?
Well, we've seen the likes of LeBron James.
LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen.
And I think Kevin Durant as well.
So it's some big names in world basketball. Big names, huge names. Not even just big, just huge. Stardom. So he's on track for doing some good promotional work.
Well, he probably gets a fair bit of money from it. Of course, coming from Texas, he played his trade in college in, and surprisingly for a guy who came out of Texas, he's on a plant-based diet. So good point there. But it works for him, to be honest. He's worked his way to the Premier League here, and he's definitely
he's not short of muscle.
Yeah, well, absolutely. He's threatened to break out in some of these matches. Of course, he put up 18 points 2 weeks ago against the Lions, but he's looking to do more.
Yeah, of course.
Hasn't quite got it going tonight, but you never know, to be honest.
It's still early. Still another half to get going. as Mariana backs in. It's just effortless for the big man, isn't it?
Yeah, well, great stuff. That's the older Mariana brother, 25
is.
years old. Of course, Alex is only 22. And Jack's actually 6 centimetres shorter too. So
Doesn't look like he's 25, that's for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Ian Davis out to Young, takes that triple. Hits the front of the iron as McKee brings it back. Oh!
Nice tandem.
No way.
Jonathan Perry not happy with the call. Kieran Vasily not happy with the call.
I don't know.
He's called the offensive. Not sure what that was, to be honest.
Check this replay
If
we're lucky enough to get one. There it is.
Of course, the 3 not falling there for Young. And then Perry not really looking at Young at all there, but he did raise his arm.
Yeah.
He did raise his arm.
It's questionable, but there is a bit of physicality there.
Smart play there, though, regardless from Young.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's the ball in from Regesta. And that's to Robertson.
Shorter can't hold that rebound.
Sean, I don't know. It almost looked like it was what he wanted the
putback dunk.
Yeah, the putback dunk. It actually looked like.
Bit of a putback dunk, but on a
tried to slam
5-foot rim.
Tried to grab it with one hand and it ended up flying out of court. So not short of confidence, is he? At the moment. McKee, great pass to Boonstopper. He'll take the quick shots and it doesn't fall.
Very quick release.
Under good pressure there, or good pressure applied there by Jordan Robertson. Ivory Young will roll that in over Adam Miller.
He had his feet set as well, which is a great sign as well from on defensive.
Ivory Young just about jumped over him anyway.
Exactly.
He got around him well.
Did a very good job at avoiding the contact.
Here's Boonstopper to Miller. Miller doesn't have much space to work with. And McKee gives it to Everett Osborne. Gets the shot up, doesn't get it full. He gets the rebound though. Jack Mariana puts it in for 2. And it's just 10 points now at Woodville Sports Centre. Adam Miller cheering. Ian Davis has been called for the travel there. As we see the nice run and then dish by Ian Davis to Ivory Young for the layup. But it's Woodville ball here. Everett Osborne looking to shoot, gives it to James Boonstopper, and he can't get it to go.
Ian Davis. Sorry.
Ian Davis, Ivory Young. Perhaps the best combination in the competition early on this season.
Let's see the smile, all smile. They're smiling, I'm smiling, everyone's smiling, I'm smiling.
It's great to watch, to be honest.
You can hear by my yelling. It's fantastic to watch.
But the tandem works as well. As we see, a great block there. That's his second block of the game, Jordan Robertson. That one on Jack Mariana.
It's like Young and Davis. It's like they've known each other for a long time. They know exactly where everyone's going to be. Everyone, as Mariana hits the floor pretty hard.
And Sean hits the floor as well. He'll go to the line for 2. But
they both seem to be okay, walking it off. So as I was saying with Young and Davis, it seems like they've known each other for more than a few games. They know where everyone is, how everyone plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they know how to finish very well. As we wait for Sean to get the ball to take his 2 free throws. Of course, we have Woodville at 12 points down with 2 minutes 33 remaining in the game, in the half. Sorry. As Sean can't get that first one to fall.
Yeah. Well, with 2.5 minutes left in the term, Woodville really need to keep going, don't they?
They need a lift.
21 points in 18 minutes of basketball. Not the greatest of displays at their home too.
No. But they still have a half to lift it up. Totally fine.
So here's the behind the back pass. That is a bullet behind the back pass from Ian Davis. I mean, he gave the one to Ivory Young just before that was just a normal dish, and he's like, hey, I can do better. And just toss it up. Woodville fans would have to be loving this spectacle so far as well. Always in for a good time. As we watch it again, and it's worth watching again, to be honest. It's like a slingshot.
It's just even better. It gets better every time. I could watch that for days on end.
Can anyone else compare to his handles?
No.
In this league?
Calling it now. No. Do you reckon he can go back to back on the Woodcut?
Absolutely.
I think he could.
If he gets a good run at it, I mean, he's showing the same talent that we saw last year. I mean, he only put up 10 points last week, but he had 8 assists as well. So it was a quiet game, but he still had a huge impact for them in the win.
And that's what I hope the officials see as well, saying, oh, he's not getting a shot to fall. Obviously, they're not looking at that specifically, but they've realised that it's like, oh, wow, he can actually dish the ball as well. And he can help it out. He may not be shooting 20, 30 points a game, but he's going to assist 8, 9, 10 times a night. That's what he needs. I think, you know what, I'm going to put it in now. I'm going to call it now. He's going to get back-to-back. Assuming there's no injuries, touch wood, there's no injuries, there's nothing.
It's
back-to-back.
It's a bold call. It is a bold call.
It's so early, but I'm going to call it.
This is the first Premier League game we've streamed live, and we're hearing Wollacott medal calls, and in the game before we didn't hear Hall's medal calls as well for the women.
Yeah, exactly. I'm putting my 2 cents in.
He's looking good.
He is.
But on the other end of the court, Jonathan Perry, he takes a seat, but he's going to look to give that a real crack as well. But at the moment, he'd just be focused on getting his team back into this contest.
Absolutely.
So we see Adam Miller bring the ball into McKee.
Thinks about going for a long bomb pass there.
It's all spectacle.
It's all spectacle.
Pass
Mariana to Miller.
Good full court play. That just had to go in.
I think that earned the 2 there.
Scott Whitmore, not too happy. But he'll be pleased that they got the shot. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
I just can't stop watching Davis when he's dribbling. It's just unreal.
That is a bullet past Ivory Young from Ian Davis. Ivory Young gets it to Robertson, decides not to shoot, and the pass is blocked, but it falls to Ivory Young.
Beats the shot clock anyway.
Absolutely. Nice fadeaway jumper there from Ivory Young. And he might get the steal. He doesn't, but they keep the ball alive. Great play from Jordan Robertson. This is Ivory Young for the layup. Euro step.
Finger
over
roll.
McKee with the finger roll.
Finger roll.
How about that?
Can't teach that.
South Adelaide nearly doubling Woodville's score in this match. It's quite a spectacle. I've said spectacle a fair few times, but I don't
love
even
the word
mind.
spectacle. It's quite
Everett
a spectacle.
Osborne from the elbow gets it to go. That's big for Woodville. They need him firing in this second half. There's only a minute left in this first one.
Woodville definitely need a defensive stop and make use of it on the offensive end, because otherwise South Adelaide are going to run away with it.
Robertson, he's been lively. Doesn't get the shot to fall, and Boonstopper keeps it in. They've got another chance here to score.
There it is. Hopefully they can convert for 2, at least 2 on this one.
The tempo lifting in this match. Boonstopper open 3. Can he kick him? He hasn't got his scoring going.
Big rebound there by
perhaps this entire season, Boonstopper, but they've got the ball back. Everett Osborne's going to shoot from the other elbow and gets it in.
Nice.
How about that? Nice perimeter shooting from Everett Osborne to get his side somewhat back in the contest here as we approach half-time. 40 seconds remaining in the term.
25-38. There's still a lot of time left for Woodville to come back and put a comeback victory.
Ivory Young with the 3. It doesn't fall. Adam Miller pulls down the rebounds, and Everett Osborne's going to drive here. Oh. Nice Euro step.
Off the glass.
Delicious finger roll.
Finger roll.
And Woodville are back within 11 points now. Great little cameo here by Everett Osborne late in the half. It's exactly what Scott Whitmore's side needed.
Yes.
And Al Green not too happy. It's only 10 seconds remaining in the term. Shot clock, game clock at the same time. Sean gives it to Robertson. Robertson, he's going to take the jumper off the glass. And Everett Osborne plucks it. Doesn't get a chance to shoot the miracle. And we'll go to half-time. The score 27-38. Woodville Warriors trailing by 11. We'll be back with you in a short moment. All right, so we're back here. This is Woodville versus South Adelaide in the 2018 Basketball SA Premier League. Welcome back to coverage. We're entering the second half of the match. Woodville trail by 10 points, don't they, Kieran?
They do. They got a lot to do within. I mean, 10 points or 11 points isn't too bad, but they've got a bit of work to do to fight their way back into it. They finished the half strong, and that's what counts the most. They got a bit of momentum running in.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, we saw Ian Davis and Ivory Young really put on a show together for South Adelaide. If you're watching the first half, you're probably already drooling. It's been great. What sort of stats did they put up?
Ivory Young dropped 13 points. Ian Davis dropped 8 points, 4 assists, which were 2 delicious assists where you would have heard me scream and yell. And hopefully there's more of that coming. 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a little bit of a fun fact. Jared Hoppo, 7 minutes, 5 points and 100% shooting, if I'm correct.
That is correct. Of course, Kieran did emphatically say in the first term that Ian Davis is the best handles in the Premier League.
I did. I will vouch that I said that. I will come clean. And I've also put my money on him, metaphorically speaking, on him to win the Wollacott again, back to back. I think he can do it.
He definitely is showing signs of it so far this match. Although his teammate Ivory Young has been pretty good as well. He put up 31 last week. That's 13 already tonight. As we go around the grounds, what's happening in the other matches?
Around the grounds, around the courts around Adelaide, we have North Adelaide beating Forestville 35-20. Worth noting is Starling 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 36ers players have lined up for Forestville. So
That's
Tees, Jordan, and Doyle.
Well, T is Daniel Johnson, sorry.
sorry.
And Adam Doyle, of
Sorry,
course.
my bad.
Of course, coming back from that heartbreaking loss to
Don't
Melbourne
get me
game
started.
5. That was tough to watch. But what else is happening?
Lions down 2 points to the Flames, which is a very good contest by the looks of it, considering how good the Flames are and how the Lions are also developing.
Absolutely. Of course, Ricardo Martin started great for the Lions
He
so
has.
far this season, definitely proving his dad is wrong.
Yes, he has proved his dad is wrong.
Byron McGriff, though, 14 points so far.
Yes, 14 points. Good showing out. Still early in the game for them too. Mavs are down 24 to the Mavs are down to the Tigers 24-37.
Definitely a strong outfit, the Southern Tigers.
Yes, always.
They did pull apart North Adelaide Rockets last week, and the Mavericks probably a weaker side than the Rockets, so it's going to be tough for them getting back from that one.
And last game, we have the Sabres and Bearcats. Unfortunately, we have technical difficulties and can't see the score, but hopefully if you're watching the game, you know what's going on and let everyone know.
If you're tuning into that match, feel free to
comment.
pop the score
Yep.
in the comments, and we'll be greatly appreciative of it, to
I
be
would love
honest.
to find out that score. That sounds like a cracker of a game.
Absolutely. So we're about to get back underway here. James Griggle holding the ball, of course, the NBL certified referee, and he's going to give it to Everett Osborne to bring him down. He had a great finish to the second term there.
Everett, yes, no, it's good. Hopefully, that was a promising sign, so hopefully he can keep that going into the second half. As McKee brings the ball in to start the game up again. JP, John Perry, down to Everett. Back to the big man Miller, drives in. Finds, I think that's Mariano. He finished with 2, great start. It's exactly what they needed.
Exactly. The entire Woodville Warriors bench on their feet. Scott Whitmore leading the charge there. Walking down that byline like a soldier.
He doesn't know where, I feel like I've never seen him sit.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's always on his feet.
Ivory Young gets the foul called on him. You can see Scott Whitmore behind him,
pleased.
pushing his hands out like he wanted the flop called, but it wasn't. And we'll see Ivory Young go for 2 here. He's been great in the first half, 13 points, of course.
Replay doesn't catch the accused flop, but that's all good.
And we'll go with the referee's call on that one, as we so often do.
As we should.
We've got the refs. I feel like the refs have actually improved in the past couple of seasons in the Premier League. We've had some better calls. At least in these matches, I haven't complained too much.
No, it's been good that they've shown some good consistency. They've developed over the few, because you see the same few referees floating around the place.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what you need from referees, just consistency. And
Consistency.
that's a great strip there from Jordan Robertson. The ball flies up the court. This is Regesta, rolls around. That's as good a toilet bowl roll you will see.
That's a little bit of a 2K roll there.
And it flushes down the basket. We see JP can't get the shot to fall. He struggled tonight, only 4 points. And it's going to be Woodville ball.
That was a very good battle by Mariano there with Sean.
As we see this layup from Regesta.
1-2. Two and a bit rolls around the rim. Very good.
It just sat on top of the rim, having a good look of the stadium, I think, before it fell down. Good vantage point. As we see, Everett Osborne, 3-ball, falls. He picks up where he left off from in this half, and Woodville are back within 10.
That's exactly what they needed. Just exactly what I said.
Well, they need him to fire up. Even if JP's had an off night, you always have Everett Osborne who can step in and feel the gap, and that's exactly what we're seeing tonight. And great play. Dylan Shawn will go to the line for 2. Good ball movement there for South Adelaide.
Yeah, it's a bit of questionable. Woodville's entire bench let out a bit of a yell. I think they wanted to travel on Davis, who just kind of let the ball flop.
He will say he tossed the ball away before he took that second step. But
He will swear by that. But they missed that call, whether it was a call or not, but it doesn't matter. Sean hits that first, nothing but net. Very nice arc on that shot too.
yeah, he's definitely gotten more comfortable as he's shot more free throws tonight. He did look a bit shaky at first. And that's as clean as you like.
2 from 2.
Woodville already 2 fouls for the term. Got to be careful here. They have
Already.
picked up a fair few fouls. And nearly the steal, Ian Davis. And Jonathan Perry will look to do something with it. Here's Everett Osborne. Gives it to JP. Contested 3. Air ball. I think he might have gotten a finger on that, Jordan Robertson. But he'll go the other way.
Beautiful dish.
Almost get the layup, but he's been slammed there by Jonathan Perry. And he'll go to the line for 2.
I believe that's Perry's 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
And we'll see the paddle fly
I
up.
see a 4.
And it is the number 4.
I'm good at this.
And that's not good for Woodville and Scott Whitmore.
No.
It's been nothing's really fallen his way, but it's a bit disappointing because he's just so good.
He's been unreal for the first few games. First 2 rounds of the season, he's played very well considering, well, they're 1-1. And hopefully he develops into, I mean, hey, he might be even a contender for against
You've
Davis.
already given your prediction.
I've given mine. I'm cementing mine in. I'm not backtracking. I'm going to cement it with mine with Davis.
All right, so it'll be up to Everett Osborne to pioneer things here. Here's Osborne, flicks it over to Miller. Miller to Majorana. Majorana to McKee. McKee looking for space, tries to jumper from mid-range, and that'll work.
It was a very good shot. Very good shot. Very good ball movement there as well. Young to Davis. Back to Young. They're just playing a bit of catch with each other. It's all good.
Yeah.
Looking around. Out to Young from the 3-point line. Davis. Young. Finally gets that 3 up. Pushy. Nice. They've caught a foul.
They've called Woodville ball.
Yeah.
So whatever that is.
I think that was on Sean, to be honest. But end of the day, Woodville ball. Miller to inbound. As subs come in, I believe.
Now Green looking a bit more composed now.
Yeah.
Of course, a legend of the 36ers, a legend of South Australian basketball really since he came from America. And here is Ivory Young.
Finishes quick, finishes fast.
Great hops on show there.
Yeah, waiting for a dunk. Big dunk over someone at his feet.
Right, here's Brody Nathan back on the court.
Good to see Nathan get some more minutes.
Yeah, well, he deserves it, to be honest. He wasn't bad in those first opening
He played very well in
encounters.
that first.
Here's Nathan. And almost gets the layup. 3 seconds of shot clock. Majorana can't get the shot to fall, and it's going to break. Here's Ian Davis, flies through Woodville, and gives it to Ivory Young. Can't get the shot to fall. And Ian Davis steals it back. He's going to drive himself here. And I picked it, but he didn't get the shot in.
He's got his hands on his head. He doesn't know what's going on, Davis.
Well, he almost went behind the back pass to Regesta, but decided not to. Nearly a cross court there from Brody Nathan, but not called. Fair enough. Brody Nathan looking for space, gives it to Everett Osborne. Heavy treatment there by Adam Miller on Ian Davis.
Get a call for the offensive foul.
And
he's checking out of the game with 5. I think that is. Did I see? I heard 5.
I didn't see 5.
No, I heard
think
someone say 5. There it is. There's the big red 5. Wow.
Foul count building up for Woodville. They've already had 4 fouls this term again.
Miller fouling out super early.
And Adam Miller can head to the showers early if he likes. I'm sure he'll stick around to watch the game. But
I hope so.
yeah, precisely.
I don't think that would sit well with Coach Whitmore. I mean, obviously you're a bit passionate and all that, but
well, yeah,
fouling out
he's their most experienced player. So
halfway through the third, it's not a good sign.
All right.
As the teams watch over and talk it over.
Of course, timeout called by Whitmore there. They're still down by 12, and things haven't really changed, despite signs from Everett Osborne that they would. He really needs some support.
He started the quarter off very well. Started the half off. Sorry, very well.
Yeah.
And they pulled it back, but South Adelaide have just been able to extend it back out again, and Woodville are just struggling with fouls. It's as simple as that. Like they've had Miller foul out with 5, JP sit out with 4. So you probably won't see JP back out on the court until the late in the fourth term. Mid to late fourth term.
Nah, we'll see him late third.
You reckon see late third? All right.
They'll need him.
Oh yeah, they need him, but I mean you're risking 5 fouls.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll bring back fourth term.
But if they're down by 15 still, with down by the same scoreline with a minute to play in the third term, I reckon we'll see him back.
All right, I'm holding you to that.
You got nothing to lose, to be honest, except for him.
Game, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Ian Davis, and to Regesta. Regesta gives it out to Robertson, to Davis, to Regesta again, and doesn't get the shot to fall.
Big rebound there by Osborne.
Yeah, absolutely. Everett Osborne gives it out. This is Riley Meldrum, 16-year-old. Meldrum, Majorana to other Majorana. And Alex Majorana with the rebounds. And Kaya shot the foul, still fighting for it. But Robertson wins possession. And he'll push it up to Davis. And they will transition fast, as they always does. Pass not great to Ivory Young, but Jack Williams will have the open shots. And doesn't get his foul.
Osborne bringing the ball back up again. Look, hopefully they're looking to come back with some points on this trip. Mariana, Nathan. They're passing, despite the scoreline, they're passing very well.
Yeah. No, something about Scott Whitmore's coaching is that passing is never an issue.
Yeah, I feel like he's a pass-first coach.
Their core movement is sublime, to be honest, and it has been in all three of their matches, even when they lost to Norwood by that tough scoreline. But
it's still
perhaps it's not a good sign, or not the best indicator of how they're playing, because the Woodville Warriors are heading down the same track as they did against Norwood at this stage.
Although it doesn't matter, still a bit of time left. They're just heading. They're not on that track yet. They're just heading that way.
Heading down the path.
Heading down that way. As Mariana cuts it down to 11.
Right, Ivory Young looking for options, gives it to Ian Davis. Those two are definitely patrolling the court right now.
Oh, we have Hoppo back in the game. Hopefully he can get his hot hand going again.
And that's Robertson. Doesn't fall. Their three-point game hasn't quite gotten going this third term. As Everett Osborne will lay that
finish.
up. That is bread and butter for Everett Osborne.
I love bread and butter. If it looks like that, I love bread and butter.
Gonna have to start calling you Madeline.
Oh, good one. Good one, mate.
Anyway, Jared Hoppo with the ball. Hoppo to Davis. Hoppo wanted it back. Of course, the stretch 5, but Ivory Young will take the shots. Rolls around the ring and out. And Alex Majorana will push ball up the court. That is Perry to Meldrum. Back to Osborne, sorry. And Osborne doesn't get the shot to fall. Meldrum gives it back to Osborne. And we've got a bit of tempo here.
As the shot clock winds down, Everett, Osborne.
And this is Alex Majorana from long.
Hits the front of the rim.
He's not there to grab the rebound, and the ball breaks. Here's Ian Davis trying to weave his way around. Gets the foul on Meldrum, and regardless of if he was in shooting motion or not, he's going to go to the line because that's their 5th team foul.
In the bonus. That's very worrying for Woodville. 4 minutes, 19 remaining in the bonus, and with South Adelaide in the bonus, it's obviously not a good time, not a good space to be in. They've got to really check their positioning and their body language and everything.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Ian Davis lining up for a second. Can't get that one to fall. As Hopper brings up for the big rebound, can't grab that one either. Nathan fishes it out. Oh, we have an offensive foul on
Meldrum, it looks.
Yeah. That is his fourth, so now struggling with fouls. 4 fouls.
Was that his 4th?
That was his 4th. They just checked it up. 4th.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
It might have been called a Majorana, I imagine.
Maybe.
Because Majorana
I think it was.
had
I
3.
think I saw a 32 there.
Yeah. And it's Jack Williams in and out.
Oh. Steal or block?
Not too sure.
Oh, great finish there. No points. Unsportsmanlike.
They're cheering because it's absolutely unsportsmanlike call. And entering the court is Austin Munzberg for his 2nd time tonight. But we see Everett Osborne shooting 2, or just 1. We'll see.
Maybe 2. He's done exactly what we needed. What we needed him to do. He's brought the team back in. He's played very well. Look at that, they're down to 9 points.
Yeah,
9-point margin.
Both Davis and Osborne didn't know they were shooting 2.
No.
For an unsportsmanlike. So different rule interpretation, of course.
Osborne not particularly happy there. They're missing that second one, but it's all right, they get possession.
But all of a sudden, Woodville are back within 8 points.
Oh, well, I told you. Like I said, long road ahead, long game. Game wasn't over. It's always a good time. Nathan. Oh, Woodville ball. From the sideline. 3 minutes 41 remaining in the term. Still a lot of basketball left to play.
Absolutely. And here's Brody Nathan. Gives it to Everett Osborne. Drives, and that's...
And one. Finishes through that contact. Too easy. You got to foul him harder than that.
Brilliant way to finish my sentence there.
Sorry.
No, it was fun.
Am I really sorry there? Nah.
And Everett Osborne starting to get the points on the scoreboard.
He's really put the Warriors up on his shoulders, hasn't he?
Absolutely. This will put him within 5 if he goes in, and it does.
Excellent.
Substitution made for South. Elijah Munir Kopinski comes back on. Jordan Robertson gets the rest.
Ian Davis finds his way up the court slowly. Dishes it away. Sorry, South Adelaide have really put out a different side, haven't they?
Yeah.
Away from their starters. Well, that's a block and a half right there.
It's a good block.
It's a very good block. Let's take a look at that one again.
Here we see the drive from Everett Osborne.
Very
Bread and butter.
finish. Bread and butter. Madeline. Bread and butter. I personally like keeping
Oppo with the
PB&J,
three. Can't get that one to go. Like, his shooting percentage not at 100% anymore, but he's only shot 3, so to be fair.
100%, 100%.
Here's Osborne. They've got about 4 players in front of him, not allowing him to drive, but they kick the ball back out to him. Stays inside, but only just. Here's Meldrum on the edge, 8 seconds left.
Oh!
And nearly the and one. Great play from the 16-year-old.
Off the rim there. Very good play for the 16-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the tactic employed by the South bench to clap when there's not too many seconds left so you can't hear. It's not a bad tactic.
That's different.
Don't know if it's
definitely different.
ethical, but...
Well, that's different. That's another reason. That's a whole other kettle of fish. As
absolutely.
he sinks the first one.
And Woodville have brought this back superbly. It's 42 to 47 here with 3 minutes remaining in the term.
They're really pushing it. They've pushed it. It's a very good time. 5 points.
And Ian Davis, haven't seen much of him this third term.
No,
definitely not the
quiet.
impact first half.
Woodville loving that one. Loving that turnover.
Woodville really dominating now.
Yeah, it's great to see.
Al Green holding off the timeout. Perhaps his direct coach across from him would have called a timeout by now, a bit more, but I mean, it's all coaching, isn't it?
Yeah, different styles, different worries, I guess.
Yeah, here's Brody Nathan, looking lively. And Jack Majorana.
I feel like that was the wrong decision there. Should have dished one out to Everett, who's open on that
or Peters as well. They were both free on the arc. So, not great there, but...
Always next time.
Yeah, well, they really had the chance to pressure South Adelaide on the scoreboard like they hadn't ever been before. So
yeah. Well, as you can see, both teams are at 5 team fouls apiece. So every next foul. Oh, very good finish there by Young. Every foul going up will be end up with 2. Change the pace of the game, and essentially set the tempo for the last turn. Peters.
And this is an important 2 minutes for Woodville. Here's Peters. Gets it to Nathan. Nathan, good awareness to keep the ball alive. And pops it up. That is Jack Majorana, fouled on the attempt to put the ball into the hoop, but he doesn't get it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
I would have called that an assist for sure if that went through. If he finished that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he actually, I don't know if it slipped, but...
It looked like it slipped, but it's okay.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and I'll give him an assist if it went in.
Of course.
But it doesn't, so it's okay.
Woodville this season averaging 76 points per match and 73 points against. So it looks like it's heading a similar direction. I don't know if they'll be able to score their output this match unless they have a huge last term. But South Adelaide, definitely threatening. It's going to be important for Woodville to keep the defense strong. Yeah,
absolutely. Especially with JP out with 4, Miller out with 5. So Miller is your big defensive presence inside, and he's, as Osborne picks off that pass, drives that ball up very fast, finishes it. No. As I was saying,
wants the foul, doesn't get it called. And here we go, the break. Ivory Young pops it up, great rebound there. That is Austin Munzberg, big 200-centimetre centre for the Woodville Warriors. And here's Everett Osborne looking to control things in this final minute. Gives it to Brody Nathan, looking for options. Drives, kicks it back out. Everett Osborne, the open 3 from the middle of the court. Doesn't get it to fall.
Unlucky. Great. That was a great idea by the youngster.
Yeah, it was great. Great work from Everett and
Stayed
Brody.
in his vision. Stayed in his where he'll be able to
Or
see.
Brody Nathan combining with him.
Foul called on.
Woodville there.
I think that was on Peters. Yes, it was, I believe.
Of course, as I was saying, I feel as if South Adelaide can pull up the 73 points that Woodville have been conceding per match. They're going to win the game.
Yeah,
Because
it's a pretty risky call, but yeah, no, it makes sense. They're a few on track for that.
can't see Woodville putting up 30 points in this last quarter. So it's going to have to be a strong defensive effort from the Warriors in this final term that is coming up soon. As Williams sinks both.
Gets a second.
Important free throws, these ones late in the term.
Everything from beyond doubt now is incredibly important and beneficial for either side,
Yeah, absolutely.
especially with how close the margin is and how little time left in the game.
Right, Everett Osborne.
Oh, he's got a travel.
Called for the travel.
Called for the travel. Osborne looks a bit confused there.
Bewildered, I think is the word.
Bewildered, yeah, it is now.
Yeah, not too sure about that call, but we'll let it go. Referees have been consistent in their calls for travels, so that's all we want, consistency.
Whether it's consistently right or consistently wrong, it's okay. It's consistent.
And Young kicks it out. That's
a deep three there.
Yeah, deep three from Adam Brown. Doesn't quite fall.
Young holding it up at midcourt, doesn't care.
Shot clock, game clock, 5 seconds apart. We've only got 8 left on the shot clock. Ivory Young would drive. Passes it out. Hoppo to Williams. Williams has to put it up. 1 second left. And they're going to run out of time.
Shot clock violation.
Minia Kapulski unable to get that up in time, but to be fair, he had about a quarter of a second to do so. We've got 4.6 seconds on the clock.
Woodville going to have a big ask here to get the bucket here. Hopefully they can do it though.
Or Everett's going to lead the way. He's driving. He's going to put up the shot.
Very good defense there.
Yeah,
right?
great defense.
Very, very good.
Brave as well. Brave from Adam Brown. That's a strong play from the youngster.
Unfortunately, unsuccessful in that final play, sorry.
Well, we've still got 0.8 seconds. We can see a heave here. Oh, Woodville pushing up. They don't even want to heave.
It'll be interesting how they throw this one out.
Oh, no.
Nah. Okay.
Disappointing.
Yeah, could have been a miracle there, but doesn't matter.
Love a prayer. Fans love a prayer.
We do love a prayer.
Give the fans the prayer that they want. But 3/4 time here at Woodville Sports Centre. Woodville Warriors trailing still by 8 points now against the South Adelaide Panthers. They lead 51-43 at the end of the third term. We've got a quarter left, and we're in for a big quarter.
I don't know how I feel right now. I'm actually very excited. I mean, I can see some of the fans getting around the excitement, and I mean, I'm just as excited as them, as you can tell by my screaming throughout the contest.
Well,
but it's going to be a big quarter nonetheless.
It's a little bit of a restless vibe here at Woodville's home away from home, because I guess the game could go either way, couldn't it? South could really put on the gears, like step up the gears. We could see Ian Davis and Ivory Young just go wild from here and take the game away from them. But we could also see JP and Everett Osborne really combine well and take this match home.
Woodville were able to really push out Ian Davis there, which is a bit worrying for them. But on the benefit side, it's fantastic for the Warriors. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to force him out of the game before he makes any more significant impact and makes them damage them more on the scoreboard. But that's exactly what they've done, and that's what they need to do. Keep that going in the last quarter, and Woodville can actually really push them for a victory, or overtime at least.
Of course, Alex Majorana and Jonathan Perry in foul trouble on 4 fouls apiece. We saw Adam Miller foul out earlier in the match in the third term. It's not Miller time tonight. Had to put that one in.
It's not Miller time.
And
I heard that last year at Hillcrest with North Adelaide when Miller went off.
And
it happens all the time.
It happens. I'm sure he gets it a lot, and I'm not sure he appreciates it. Jordan Robertson and Jack Williams for South Adelaide. Oh, sorry, just Jordan Robertson's on 4 fouls, and Dylan Shawn on 3 fouls. So could be in trouble, but
they've still got a bit of a foul count to play around with.
And they've got a deep bench as well, South Adelaide. So
we've seen the entire Woodville bench besides Daniel Fijo check into the game. Shows Coach Whitmore's desire for his bench to lift and really benefit the game, really push really push this this margin down to single figures, and not single figures, lesser than
Well, exactly.
lower single figures.
We're in for a blockbuster final quarter here at the Woodville Sports Centre. I'm Benito Carboni, with me Kieran Varsely, to bring you the final 10 minutes of this game. Of course, the first Premier League game streamed live by Spacequake Sports.
Yes.
Here's Ivory Young, kicks it out to Jack Williams.
Very good spin out there.
Cute little floater as well, but the shot doesn't fall. And Everett Osborne going to bring the ball back up court. Jonathan Perry back in the game.
I was right.
Strong.
Oh,
and got a bit of a scuffle. Williams not happy with the body check he got from Majorana, and of course he gave a huge body check to the slender Brody Nathan. Here's the replay. It's huge, and Jack Majorana happy to give him a bit of a bump from behind, and Williams not too happy about it. We'll see what we get here.
Officials did a really good job of turning that one down.
Grigor's called for the players to head to the benches. They're going to discuss this. It's tough to see. We'll see some more replays. Strong check there from Williams. It was the 200-centimetre centre on.
Good to see them playing hard, I guess.
Well, Brody Nathan's 16 centimetres shorter than Williams. So, heading a bit. But yeah, it's heated. It's heated in Woodville.
Like I did say, good to see the officials tone it down, keep it from flaring up, which is the last thing you would need in a situation like this, especially in such a close game.
And they're going to give an unsportsmanlike thing, if not.
I believe they're giving it on South
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
No, just 2 shots.
No, just 2 shots.
Huge hit though.
Sorry?
It's a physical game, isn't it?
Oh, very physical game. That was a big hit. Especially how you just said he was 16 centimetres shorter. It's definitely significant size difference. Nathan drains his first.
Shakes it off. Hits the first.
Yeah, just like Taylor Swift, shakes it off.
Oh, mate.
Oh, come on. You set yourself up for that one. Don't hate, just appreciate. Nathan drains that second, 2 from 2 from the line. 6-point game. 6 points, 9 minutes 33 remaining. Young, holding up outside, dishes it away. Back to Young. They're just playing catch between each other again.
Back to Young. Back to Adam Brown, and he's going to shoot from long. He
was running out of shot clock.
Well, he had more time than he thought. He had an extra 2 seconds to shoot that. Ivory Young going to play tempo here. Ian Davis about to come back on the court, but he's not here now. Young's going to drive, puts the shot up, and doesn't fall. Jonathan Perry with the strong rebound, uncontested, and he's going to push the ball back up court. And here's James Peters. Peters looking for options. It's Brody Nathan.
Very good pass out there.
Perry kicks it out to Peters. Peters drives, loses the ball in Jack Williams' legs, and Ivory Young's going to bring the ball back up.
Peters has had some good minutes tonight, which is good to see as well.
Yeah.
He plays like limited minutes, but he's seen some good time out on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, and that's rolled out off of Jack Majorana's legs, and we're going to see a substitution. Robertson in foul trouble, comes back on for Williams as Ian Davis enters for Adam Brown. A couple of good substitutions there, I'd imagine. Bringing on their best 5, I would say, tonight. Dylan Shawn back out on court as well, and he's strong inside. Wild pass to Hoppo.
I was just about to say he had glue to his hands, but obviously 2 months glue and he's thrown it out of bounds.
Well, Hoppo was calling for a touch across there, but
did not look like it.
Honestly, the ball didn't deviate, did it?
Yeah, it didn't appear to get a touch.
Brody Nathan commanding his players to keep moving around the court. There's no one inside the key at the moment, playing a completely outside game. Trying to find space. Here's Everett. Gets it, tries to get it to Perry. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Perry's going to drive. Oh, shot doesn't fall. And Robertson's going to get the ball going again. South Adelaide looking to take this game by the scruff of his neck. Here's Ivory Young looking to shoot the 3, fakes, gives it to Davis, gives it to Robertson, gives it to Hoppo. Hoppo out to Young. Young should shoot that. Doesn't, hesitates. 5 seconds on the clock. Great pass to Hoppo. Hoppo high off the backboard, doesn't fall, off the ring. Gets his offensive rebound and scoops it back in. Great play there. 17-year-old, turns 18 next month. Jared Hoppo. Give yourself a round of applause.
A bit of a mouthful. Take a breather there, mate. Peters to Osborne. Osborne keeps it in. Travels. Gets called for a travel. Doesn't look pleased. As South Adelaide, as Davis talking over the officials.
Fairly sure that referee has called all 3 travels on Osborne tonight, so bit of no love lost between them, I'd say.
Knows where he calls a travel. Very good spin. I'll tell you what though, South Adelaide are very good at using that pivot foot, and it's been, I mean, so Woodville, but the pivot foot by South Adelaide are very beneficial to them. If you know how to use it, it's a deadly weapon.
We saw our camera just get hit there from the ball rolling out of bounds. Ian Davis to bring the ball back in. Looking for the long pass, gets it to Young.
Risky.
Young steps forward and plucks out the air. Here's Davis looking for the quick shot through the legs. Ivory Young can't get the shot, and it's going to be a South Adelaide ball again. James Peters not happy with the call, and that could be his 4th foul, I imagine.
Yep.
Foul number 4.
Another player in foul trouble for the Warriors.
Margin still 8 points with 7 minutes remaining.
This may be very beneficial to South Adelaide down the stretch with, 2 other players in foul trouble.
Young, Davis. Davis back to Young. Travel. It's that ref again. No, but it's a fair call. And he's probably the one who's stricter on it than the other referees. Yeah. So it is what it is. And the thing is, the players shouldn't be travelling. So
unless it's Australia to play.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. Oh, strong. Players on the floor.
Osborne's on the floor.
Oh, pushed out to Meldrum. Meldrum shooting the 3.
Boom shakalaka! Big 3 there. Big 3. And that's exactly what they needed.
And he faked out Ivory Young there.
That was fantastic.
Shooting it. The 16-year-old, not short of confidence.
Straight over him, doesn't even care.
And the margin just 5 points.
Oh my goodness. My heart can't take this. 6 minutes 35 remaining in the quarter. Oh, sorry, in the game. 5 points. It's a very low scoring game, isn't it?
It's not the highest scoring game. We haven't seen any player perhaps shoot lights out tonight.
No.
And let alone any team. Here's Robertson, Young, Davis, Sean, back to Davis, to Young. Young's got to shoot. He's only got 3 seconds left. Turns the ball over. Brody Nathan with the steal. Nathan gets it to Everett Osborne. Pass Hoppo. Everett Osborne's going to go ISO on Robertson.
Very clean finish. Very crisp. Very crisp finish there.
Yeah. And it was good defense from Robertson too on 4 fouls. Did well not to give away the foul, but keep the pressure on. It doesn't matter, does it? Sean fires one back. Still 5-point margin here at Woodville Sports Centre. And nearly intercepted. But it means Osborne has to open 3. Well rebounded. Jonathan Perry gives it back out to Meldrum.
There was no defensive presence there for South
No, it wasn't.
At all.
Switched off for a second. Marana can drive. He does. Doesn't fall. Almost gets the rebound, but there's too many South players there, and they get it back. Davis drives. Fouled on the shots.
Who got called for that foul? That was JP. He's gone.
And I don't think it was.
Timeout. The last thing they want to see is 2 players foul out, especially this tight of game.
We haven't seen a paddle raised yet.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm just like waiting for. As we take a look at the audience. Coach
it's not Perry.
Wasn't Perry?
Wasn't Perry. That's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, at this late in the game, yeah, exactly right.
So, team fouls. Woodville on 4 again. Definitely will be a focus for Scott Whitmore this week.
Foul trouble and keeping your body in check, absolutely. You can't go into contest fouling or having one player foul out to another 2 in foul trouble so early in the contest.
Exactly.
And especially in tight contests like this one. I mean, they've had to fight tooth and nail to get back into this contest.
Exactly.
And they've played, and they've done it very well, so it's good to see.
Well, Perry has 4 fouls, Marana 4, and his brother Jack Marana 3 fouls, and James Peters 3 fouls as well. So definitely up in the count. But their only player in double figures is Everett Osborne in the scoring. He has 18 points, and no one else has more than 7. So they're really relying on him in these final 5.5 minutes, and he's not in foul trouble. So we're going to see, perhaps we will see the Everett Osborne show for the first time here in Australia.
I feel like he really thrives. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like he'll thrive in this kind of scenario. And, you know, perfect. I want to see that. I want to see him, all the hype that they brought around him in the league about this commercial with LeBron and KD and all that. I mean, you got to work to earn those things, and I'm sure he's like more than capable of actually carving up inside, outside, everything else.
Yeah, particularly.
So hopefully he goes to the Everett Osborne show.
And
to quote you.
Well, Ian Davis scores this, moves into double figures for South Adelaide. The only other player in double figures for them is Ivory Young. He's had 19 and he's been great tonight.
It's been a quiet 19 for him, hasn't it? Like, he hasn't had like massive passes or anything like that. It's just been there.
He's putting the points in, and that's what they need.
Bottom of the net, 2 points, 3 points, doesn't matter how it gets there. It gets there.
But a lead that was once 17 is now just 7.
Yes.
As Woodville look to close it even further. Here's Osborne looking to drive, doesn't find the space. Brody Nathan, long two.
Ambitious.
Go.
Oh, great save there by South Adelaide.
Well saved. And Davis gives it to Ivory Young. Pass it back out to Davis. Didn't shoot. Gives it to Robertson for the very short jumper. And he makes it work.
Woodville slowly seeing it slip away. Nothing too drastic yet. 5 minutes left. 9 points.
Everett into Marana. Out to Nathan. Into Everett. Everett.
Up and under. In.
Bread and butter.
PB&J.
All right, here's Ian Davis to Hoppo. Hoppo with the mid-range jumper, doesn't fall. Perhaps a poor shot choice there. And Everett's going to drive again. Gives it to Perry. Perry, and they haven't called anything there. If they call a charge, Perry fouls out. And it's nearly a flop as well. But
if they called that a charge, I don't think that would have been it because he was in the restricted area. But
well, exactly. I think that's why they left it.
No, they should have called it a block then.
And Dylan Shawn
settles the Panthers down a little bit.
Giving Everett a bit of love there on the walkout.
Pushes it back out to 9 points.
And
one.
Huge and one. That's Everett Osborne again.
The determination on his face is just uncanny.
He moves to 22 points for the Knights. And just as Kieran said, he looks like the type of guy who can stand up in this type of scenario.
Absolutely. He's finishing through that kind of contact. I mean, they fouled him harder that time than they did that first time, but I don't know, I guess they're going to have to foul him harder to make him miss 2 from the stripe. End of the day, he's got 2 more. Sorry, he's got 1 more to make it and 1.
Falling over. That's wonderful effort.
Yeah. Oh, man. He's done it. And 1.
Davis.
6-point game. Davis to Young. Dishes it back out. They love passing it. I've noticed this throughout the night. They love passing it throughout the outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking for that outside shot.
And that is
big time 3 there by Davis.
That's huge from Davis.
3 to the dome.
Yeah, and that pushes the margin back out.
Oh, Davis is getting very vocal.
Everett wants it, but it's actually a good choice there.
They teed up
They've called a tech. That's on Al Green. Al Green, the tech. Perhaps it was him that was yelling before. He's not happy with the call. Told to sit down by James Grigol. But the tech is called, and I think it was purely verbal.
It would have definitely been verbal. If it's on an official, a referee or... Sorry, if it's on the coach, sorry, is what I'm trying to say.
Everett Osborne gets the shots. He won't mind.
To the line, yeah. A couple easy points, hopefully.
He's looking good.
In good form. Dead silent here at Woodville. Gets that one.
All right, 6-point margin. Woodville ball. 3 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock.
He's just taking over tonight.
This is Premier League basketball for you.
This is exactly what I like to see. It's up there with one of the best games that I've seen this year.
Well, so far, absolutely.
Year.
Everett. Now Perry has it. Perry's going to drive. Kicks it out. Meldrum, 16-year-old, with the shot, and it falls. Woodville back within 3 points.
Sends Woodville fans wild.
Ian Davis looking to dish them back. And
what was a 17-point lead is now down to 3.
And Davis, very smart floater. That's clutch.
That is clutch.
Perhaps there's no one in the league more clutch than Ian Davis. So Woodville have their hands full containing him. Here's Everett. He's going to fadeaway jumper.
Gets the run. No, he doesn't get a lucky bounce.
And doesn't quite fall. And that's unfortunate for Woodville because they had a bit of momentum there.
They needed that one. Davis driving, dishing, Young, triple. Answers with his own 3.
That is huge from Ivory Young.
Very nice. Thought that was going to rim in and out, to be honest.
And Perry with the shot now. He gets it to fall. That's
Lights
his
out.
first 3 of the night. We're seeing some
shoot-off.
scoring now. It's 64-69 here. And 2 minutes left to play.
It's like a Western standoff, just shooting everywhere.
Well, it's massive now. This game has really come alive in these final minutes. And how about it?
Gets the Young enough.
Here's
in the
Ian
air.
Davis 3. And he nails it, nothing but nets. This is incredible.
That's 3 triples
South
in a row.
Adelaide moved to 72. If they get past that 73-point barrier, I don't think Woodville can win this game. And they have a chance to right now. That's a bad miss from Jonathan Perry. Perhaps the wrong shot choice. Maybe rushed it a little bit.
Davis is pumped though. You can see it.
Well, they're up and about. Davis has been amazing these last 5 minutes.
He has.
Really taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
back.
Behind the back pass to Hoppo. Hoppo to Robertson. Robertson to Davis. Davis is going to pass it out to Ivory Young. He's going to shoot the 3 and can't get it to fall. But they don't get the offensive rebound. Everett Osborne shoots the 3 ball.
Pulls up.
Doesn't fall. Just 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock now.
Potentially one of the wrong decisions of the game there. Although, I mean, you're down by 8.
Or perhaps they do need a 3. So
They do need a 3, but they could have held that up a little bit longer, look for a better shot.
I think
But
you're
more
right.
consistent. I mean,
But it was
Chase
an
hot.
open 3.
was.
Pull up jumper, but it didn't work. And Williams nearly falls, doesn't. Perry's going to have to break fast here. Only 40 seconds on the clock. Perry looking for options. He wanted to shoot it himself. Gives him my run to Meldrum. To Brody Nathan. Brody Nathan drives, kicks it out to Perry. Perry's not going to get a shot there. He goes for it now.
The shot clock isn't
And
actually
doesn't
working,
fall.
which is a problem. Oh, there it is. No,
It's only 25 seconds on the clock. This match is all but over now.
The shot clock was not working just before.
Now the
that's all.
game clock is all there is, and South Adelaide are going to run this game out. Got exciting there for a second, but well played by Ian Davis, Ivory Young, and Poe. They've been brilliant tonight, and in that they've taken out this match 72-84. That's an 8-point victory for the South Adelaide Panthers. A wonderful match there.
I was on the edge of my seat, basically, Ben.
Well, Ivory Young started there with 22 points, but Ian Davis was on fire that last term. Ended up with 19, 10 in the last quarter.
Well, after being pretty quiet in that third quarter, he came out big in this last term.
Well, it came alive. 8 assists,
Yep.
6 rebounds. He was everywhere in that last term. 3 steals as well.
And it's exactly what they needed. They definitely needed him to help him lift the team, and it's exactly what happened. And they walked away with a W on the road.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Everett Osborne did drop 24 tonight. He was good. It was probably his best match of the season so far. But 6 turnovers did hurt him, and a couple of poor shot choices late in the game. He might want to rethink, but it's all hindsight. Hindsight is 2020, and it's a strong win for the Woodville. Strong win for the South Adelaide Panthers. They win by 8 at Woodville Sports Centre, away from home. They'll take that back to Marion and be smiling all the way. That was Premier League basketball for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with you for perhaps soon, if not for the next match, and that'll be on Anzac Day. Get excited for that. Thank you for Spacequake Sports for powering us tonight, and we'll see you again soon. This is Benito Carboni and Kieran Bartley.
How you going? See you later. We'll hope to see you next time.
Thank you.